It's also moved away from using the term diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, in company documents, employee titles, and employee resource groups. For example, its former Chief Diversity Officer role is now called the Chief Belonging Officer. I don't understand how anyone could read this 2 sentences here and be like, yeah, they're getting rid of DEI, we're winning. Like, they literally tell you that they're not getting rid of it, they're just changing the language. And this isn't just Walmart, this is Harley Davidson, this is Jack Daniels, this is John Deere, this is Microsoft, this is Zoom. All of these companies are doing exactly this. This is B.R.I.G.E and what they want these companies to do. We read off B.R.I.G.E, I need the SmartBrief. I need the SmartBrief. Manya. Yeah, so it says, Walmart alters DEI approach and terminology. And I guess I can just take a picture of this to throw it up on screen before I open the article.
Before I open the article.
Walmart alters DEI approach and terminology. Wow, that's funny that they literally use the word alter. Walmart confirmed it is ending some of its diversity initiatives and winding down a nonprofit that funded programs for minorities. The company is moving away from using diversity, equity, and inclusion in its terminology and reframing certain roles, such as renaming its Chief Diversity Officer to Chief Belonging Officer. Are you kidding me? They're even unironically just changing the title like B.R.I.G.E tells them to of their diversity officer, and people are gonna be like, oh no, Chief Belonging Officer, that's totally different. Look, it's a different word. They're not doing the same thing. We're winning. Additionally, the company is phasing out supplier diversity programs following a Supreme Court decision against affirmative action. Yeah, I'll believe that one when I sees it, buddy. Not even subtle. Not even subtle, but you know, that's enough to trick most normies. And this is the article. Walmart pulls back on DEI efforts, removes some LGBTQ merchandise from website. Walmart confirmed that it's ending some of its diversity initiatives, removing LGBTQ-related merchandise from its website, and winding down a nonprofit that funded programs for minorities. Also, I missed a word. It's removing some LGBTQ-related merchandise. Walmart on Monday confirmed that it's ending some of its diversity initiatives, they're just repeating that part. The nation's largest employer, which has about 1.6 million U.S. workers, joined a growing list of companies that have stepped back from diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts after feeling the heat from conservative activists. So, I saw this come across my timeline the other day. I don't have the date on it, but it was a couple of days ago. I think it was maybe the 26th. Robbie Starbuck had tweeted out, you can no longer buy chest binders at Walmart. And he got community noted. Or someone was like, you can still purchase chest binders at Walmart. And then they linked where you can buy a specific chest binder at Walmart. And I clicked on it because I wanted to read the comments. And then it told me, sorry, that post has been deleted. What the fuck is a chest binder? A chest binder is something that women wear to flatten their tits. Sometimes there are medical reasons to wear one, not like transgender kind of stuff, but like if you've had like a mastectomy, sometimes women will wear them. If you're like a cosplayer, sometimes women will wear them. It's like there's things outside of transgender women that wear chest binders. But I just thought that this was funny. Good community note should play no favorites. I mean, I agree. I just thought it was funny that it's been deleted. The anime thing that makes tomboys secretly have huge tits. A blight upon God's beauty is the sheet binder. Free the booba. Some have also attributed changes to the U.S. Supreme Court's decision last year that struck down affirmative action programs at colleges. And these companies include Tractor Supply, which said in June it was eliminating DEI roles and stopping the sponsorship of Pride festivals. Lowe's, Ford, and Molson Coors have also walked back some of their equity and inclusion policies in recent months. Others, such as Anheuser-Busch, owned Bud Light, and Target, have faced sharp backlash and falling sales after marketing campaigns or merchandise focused on the LGBTQ community. In a statement, Walmart said it is willing to change alongside our associates and customers who represent all of America. I'm sure Walmart. We've been on a journey, and no, we aren't perfect, but every decision comes from a place of wanting to foster a sense of belonging, to open doors to opportunities for all of our associates, customers, and suppliers, and to be a Walmart for everyone. There's the activation phrase, chat. We found it. We found their signal. Among the changes, Walmart will no longer allow third-party sellers to sell some LGBTQ-themed items on Walmart's website, including items marketed to transgender youth, such as chest binders, company spokeswoman Molly Blakeman said. So wait a minute, hold on. Walmart's no longer going to allow third-party sellers to sell LGBTQ-themed items. But that says nothing for Walmart selling those items itself in its brick-and-mortar shops, does it? Some, yeah. The standalone complex 9, thank you for the 2. Come on, baloney officer, we got a job to do. She also said it recently decided to stop sharing data with the Human Rights Campaign, a nonprofit that tracks companies' LGBTQ policies, or with other similar organizations. And my tinfoil for this, right? I have nothing that has blatantly said this, but from everything I know, I feel like I can confidently cover myself in tinfoil for this inference. I feel like no longer reporting to the HRC is less a we're not doing this anymore and more a this was a way to track exactly what we're doing, and so we're not going to report it anymore because we need to continue the work and we can't have you notice what we're doing. You call bullshit on that one. Additionally, the big box retailer is winding down the Center for Racial Equity, a nonprofit that Walmart started in 2020 after George Floyd's murder. Oh, George Floyd of the fentanyl, sainthood in his name. At the time, Walmart and the company's foundation pledged $100 million over 5 years to fight systemic racism and create the center. Okay, all right. Well, what are these links? What are these links? What we see is a moment here. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon said nation's corporate leaders must advance racial equality. Bro, you're a fucking white guy. Walmart chief executive Doug McMillon said Friday the country's top CEOs will look for ways to address racial inequalities. Racial inequities. I can't fucking read! Friday, the country's top CEOs will look for ways to address racial inequities that span society, from how the world of finance works to how police treat Black Americans. In an interview on CNBC's Squawk Box, McMillon said the death of George Floyd, an unarmed Black man pinned down by a Minneapolis police officer who kneeled on his neck, actually it was the copious amounts of fentanyl in his body, has prompted new urgency to do more than just donate money. McMillon, who is chairman of the Business Roundtable, announced that the group of business leaders will form a special committee to advance racial equality and justice solutions. Notice how even in this article from like 2020, they were interchangeably using equity and equality to sort of get people to conflate them, right? I guess it's kind of like, it's kind of like how people had used gender and sex interchangeably for ages, which made it that much easier for when people were like, I should be able to identify as whatever gender I want to be, to then start saying, well, I'm not just a woman gender, I'm female biological sex now. And it's like, what? What?
Oh my.
Where did I stop reading? What we see is a moment here, a moment where we can make a bigger difference, he said. In cities across the country, hundreds of thousands of protesters have marched in the streets and called for the end of police-involved killings of Blacks. The coronavirus pandemic has underscored and exacerbated racial disparities, too. COVID-19 has killed at least 22,204 Black people in the U.S., according to the COVID racial data tracker. Black Americans make up about 24% of the country's coronavirus deaths where race is known, but account for only 13% of the overall population. So now they care about the statistic. Now they care about the 13%, man. They actually did it. Oh my God. Now we can have racist statistics. Now they understand per capita. The economic fallout has disproportionately hurt Black Americans, too. The unemployment rate among Black Americans was 16.7% in April, higher than the overall rate of 14.7%. That might be a 2% increase, right? But can we see that percentage versus the percentage of the other races' unemployment in the United States? Because I think if we know exactly how much higher or lower it is than the other races' percentages, we can sort of gauge if that 2% is really a massive leap or not. Business Roundtable will be studying a problem that's clear even in its ranks. Like in many C-suites across the United States, the vast majority of its members are white and male. Only 4 Fortune 500 companies are led by Black chief executives. Yeah, but them being Black won't magically give them the skills. BGM, Lady Foxu. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had that off. Thank you. Can you identify as self-employed if you're a robber? McMillon said companies represented in the Business Roundtable have worked on diversity and inclusion initiatives. Now, though, he said, it's time to do more. There's this moment here where the country is experiencing horrendous pain as a result of what happened with George Floyd's murder, and all of us are seeing that on TV. But we all know that that was just one isolated event of many. This isn't about just one tragic event. It's about what's happened in our country for a long, long time, and what's happening today. He said corporations' charitable giving is important, but that's not enough. This conversation's got to be longer term and more lasting. When we have events like this, sometimes there's a surge of energy and passion and emotion, and people will give money, which again is good, but then we get distracted and we move on to something else, and the lasting change doesn't happen because we didn't do the work to get through the complexities. This is a very interesting foreshadowing as well. A very interesting foreshadowing because B.R.I.G.E was monitoring DEI efforts prior to the We Are B.R.I.G.E initiative set up by B.R.I.G.E. And I'm pretty sure, I can't exactly remember, you guys know I'm not good with numbers. I'm pretty sure B.R.I.G.E's bridge was set up in 2021, and they made their framework, they came out with their IMAX, they came out with exactly what the game plan is for these companies to continue doing the work even if people start noticing in 2023. So it was only just last year that they sort of laid out, this is what we want businesses to do, this is what DEI is going to look like in 2024, this is how I've been able to predict exactly everything that's going to happen, because it's less a prediction and me just literally reading shit that they say themselves. All these loser CEOs read from the same statement.
Money.
Jesse got it right. My family got sold to the best damn country on the planet. Hold on, wait a minute, what? What did he mean by this?
Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Yeah.
McMillon said that he will meet Friday with Walmart employees to discuss how the retailer will advocate racial equity and justice within the company and beyond it. How are you going to advocate for racial justice within the company? What do you... In an email to employees Friday, he said that the company and the Walmart Foundation will commit $100 million over 5 years to create a new center on racial equity. He said the center will seek to advance economic opportunity and healthier living, including issues surrounding the social determinants of health, strengthening workforce development and related educational systems, and support criminal justice reform, with an emphasis on examining barriers to opportunity faced by those exiting the system. I don't know how I feel about like megalocorp slop advocating for criminal justice reform. I don't know, that seems a little strange. You found an article where Doug McMillon supports stakeholder capitalism and says capitalism needs to be reinvented post-COVID. Man, it's not even hard to tell that these people are Marxist. Why can't we just use the word? He said Walmart will step up recruitment of and support for people of color, including African Americans. How are you going to talk about supporting criminal justice reform and examining barriers to opportunity faced by those exiting the system, and then immediately say, yeah, we're going to step up support for black people? We've made a difference in the world in so many ways, he wrote. We can make a meaningful, lasting difference in racial equity, too. With the Business Roundtable, McMillon said the special committee will focus on racial equality in 4 primary areas: finance, healthcare, education, workforce, and criminal justice. I'm still fucking laughing at that, man. I was still fucking laughing. What was that president who was like, we'll have these expletive voting Democrat for the next 50 years? The Walmart CEO's like, yeah, we'll have these expletives working for Walmart for the next 50 years. Because white people totally didn't get screwed over by the justice system. No, sorry. Yeah, ignore all those white fathers who no longer have access to their children. Lyndon B. Johnson said that. Of course it was Johnson. Crazy how the left went full-on communism but never bring up the socialist way Amish people live. Too lazy for self-sustainability and foam at the mouth at the idea of robot slaves. I would love a robot slave. They're playing word games. I mean, yeah, absolutely. That's all fucking commies know how to do, man. With the Business Roundtable, McMillon said the special committee will focus on racial... I already read that part. I'm sorry. Some of the country's biggest corporate names will lead the effort, such as J.P. Morgan, CEO Johnny Dimon heading up the finance area, and AT&T CEO Randall Stevenson leading the criminal justice area. Okay, alright, okay. So, even if Walmart gets rid of their 5-year plan, right? Even if they get rid of their 5-year plan for their racial justice, whatever the fuck, I want to know more about this Business Roundtable for racial equity. I want to know more about who's still involved with this, what their quote-unquote successes have been, what their roadmap looks like in the future. I want to know more about this. Stop, this is the police, brought to you by Walmart. Last year, the group issued a statement that defined the purpose of the corporation differently and said that shareholder value is not the singular focus. While each of our individual companies serves its own corporate purpose, we share a fundamental commitment to all of our stakeholders, said the statement signed by 181 CEOs. We commit to deliver value to all of them for the future success of our companies, our communities, and our country. That's a very interesting list you got there. Let's see that list. Walmart death squads versus McDonald's death squads. Isn't this just less cool RoboCop? Yes, it is. Back to this one. Let's open the second link over here. The second link is literally at walmart.org. The literal Walmart website. What we do. Center for Racial Equity. Didn't they say on November 25th that they got rid of this? Why is the webpage still operational? I mean, maybe I'm being a bit weird and they won't get rid of it for like a month or so, right? Maybe it takes time, but like, I don't know. That beer company got rid of that commercial like less than 10 hours after the Quartering put out a video. I can't remember what beer company it was. Slow on the uptake. The Walmart.org Center for Racial Equity is committed to empowering communities by supporting research, advocacy, and innovative interventions that foster equitable outcomes for people. The center's philanthropic investments complement and extend the impact of Walmart's business efforts in creating a culture of belonging, where all our associates feel seen, supported, and able to achieve their full potential. Through the center, by convening a wide range of nonprofits, I don't know why I wanted to say covering, by convening a wide range of nonprofits, community leaders, and experts, we want to encourage others to develop useful tools and insights, share best practices, and advocate for equitable outcomes. We believe a collaborative approach with a broad range of best-in-class grantees accelerates and maximizes progress. Accelerates? Bro, chat, I'm so sorry that my brain is still mashed potatoes. The center was established in 2020 through a 5-year, $100 million philanthropic commitment from Walmart, with a mandate to address the root causes of gaps in outcome experienced by Black and African American people in education, health, finance, and criminal justice systems. I'm just not gonna comment. Over the past 4 years, the center has invested in initiatives that aim to uplift all communities in the following areas: education, on-the-job upskilling, and non-degree credentials to help working adults get a better start and advance in their careers; criminal justice, youth training, and employment programs to deter young people from involvement in the criminal justice system. It's a scam, let's go! Yeah, as 100 million. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on. Come fucking on, dude. Finance, access to capital and business development programs to help entrepreneurs thrive in historically underserved communities. Health, culturally relevant food access. Hold on. So you're telling me that if I wasn't white, I could like call up my doctor and say, "Doc, bro, man, there's not enough cultural food here. I don't have enough chicken parmesan and pizza in my area. I'm literally going to die if you don't put more Italian food restaurants here," you know, like nutrition programs to better promote better health outcomes among people at higher risk of cardiometabolic diseases. So what you're saying is that there are some differences. Applications are by invitation only for 501c3 organizations or equivalent organizations outside the US whose work directly relates to the above focus areas. Unsolicited proposals will not be accepted. That's also interesting that this isn't a program you can apply to. You have to be invited. You aren't white. Use your Black Italian heritage to your advantage. Oh my god. That's what I'll have to do. Like, unironically start introducing myself as non-white, and when people look at me funny, I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm Italian." I'm dying here. Working together to spark change. Learn more about other ways we give. Okay. All right. I don't think I really care about that. Governance and values. Our work. The work. Walmart. A spaghetti American. Creating opportunity, advancing sustainability, strengthening community, Center for Racial Equity. It's still over here. It's still over here. Okay, all right. Back to the article. I don't think there's anything else there to read. Over the past year, the company has phased out supplier diversity programs, I'll need a source on this, which gave preferential financing to some groups, such as women and minorities, after the Supreme Court decision striking down affirmative action. You see what they did here? You see what they did? Over the past year, makes you think that they've been phasing out these diversity programs for a very long time, right? It makes it sound like they started this a year ago before there was even any activists paying attention to them. But then they say, oh, they only started doing it after the Supreme Court decision. That was recent. That wasn't very long ago. Italians are white. They're just not Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Another day, another stream. You can just tell it's not even hard to tell they're lying. Even I can notice it. It's also moved away from using the term diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, in company documents, employee titles, and employee resource groups. For example, its former Chief Diversity Officer role is now called the Chief Belonging Officer. I don't understand how anyone could read this 2 sentences here and be like, yeah, they're getting rid of DEI, we're winning. Like, they literally tell you that they're not getting rid of it, they're just changing the language. And this isn't just Walmart. This is Harley Davidson. This is Jack Daniels. This is John Deere. This is Microsoft. This is Zoom. All of these companies are doing exactly this. This is B.R.I.G.E and what they want these companies to do. We read off, the clip came out earlier today, but we read off last stream about all the companies specifically on B.R.I.G.E's leaderboard as well. Just because a company is not listed there does not mean they're not going to fall in lockstep with the same ideology. That is the whole point. All of them need to be on board regardless of whether they show up on B.R.I.G.E's website or not. Commies be lying fucks. What a surprise! Blakeman said Walmart will continue to award grants, disaster relief, and funding to events such as pride parades, but with more guidelines on how funding can be used. So they're not even canceling funding on pride parades like Robbie Starbuck read out. Are you kidding? Like, what are they doing then? What have they done? Word game using scum. Some recent changes come on the heels of pressure from conservative activist Robbie Starbuck, who threatened a consumer boycott of Walmart. Starbuck, a vocal DEI opponent who had also put heat on Tractor Supply, touted Walmart's changes in a post on X, describing them as the biggest win for our movement to end wokeness in corporate America. It's also moved away from using the term diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, in company documents, employee titles, and employee resource groups. For example, its chief diversity officer role is now called the chief belonging officer. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm a fucking anime woman clown on the internet. How is my brain cell working at a more rapid speed than any of these human beings? I don't get it. Empty platitudes to pacify the normies. Walmart had conversations with Starbuck over the last week and already had some DEI-related changes underway. So before Starbuck even fucking did anything, the employee was like, yeah, we've already been changing this shit. Just go report it as you're winning. Make them look away from us, honey. He didn't even do anything! I don't understand! Walmart's DEI changes were first reported by Bloomberg News. Oh my god, okay, this was the November 25th thing. Fuck off, I'm not buying your website. Starbucks has to be controlled opposition. There's no other explanation. Like, I refuse to believe he is that dumb. There's no way. And don't be complacent when they say we're not, point out their lies and say try again. Except instead of saying try again, say you're fired, get out, we don't want you, ideologue. Your fear is Asmongold might figure this out and the corpos might have to add more layers to this. I mean, we'll still fucking find it. I'm not worried if they try digging in even deeper, right? Again, communism has never worked in all of human history. Even if they attempt to implement it, they will always be caught and then drawn and quartered, as it were. Confirmation bias makes people's brains very smooth. Jesus, man. Actually, it hasn't been tried yet. Walmart under everyone else's prices, so not much hope that a boycott is already in the... I can't read your sentence.
Oh, cookie.
Communism is the antithesis of human nature, essentially. Like, if you have, like, a very tiny village that's basically, like, what, a couple of families, you could probably make it work, but, like, even then, eventually someone's gonna be corrupt and be like, hey, I want my family to get more than what you guys have. Fuck you, buddy. Starbucks might have less brain power than a slime mold, but that's just rude.
Oh, yeah.
Professor John Wolfman, thank you for the 5.
Robbie Starbuck, boy detective.
Oh my god. So that's the Walmart article I wanted to read from the SmartBrief. Is there anything else in the SmartBrief that might be interesting here? Why implicit biases matter? Oh boy. AVMA News, the American Veterinary Medical Association? What the fuck? What the fuck? I was wondering what that acronym stood for, man. All right, we're gonna lean back. My neck is hurting again. Leaned back, readers. I'm getting big. Ain't no way. This was published November 22nd, 2024. Microaggressions over time leave a mark. A woman clutches her purse as a man of color passes her on the sidewalk. A new employee with an accent is asked, "Where are you really from?" during a staff orientation. A woman who uses a wheelchair struggles to access a public restroom that was designed without consideration for disabled patrons. This is the shittiest Goosebumps intro I've ever read. These are microaggressions defined by psychologist Daryl Wing Sue, PhD, as everyday, verbal, nonverbal, and environmental slights, snubs, or insults. Whether intentional or unintentional, which communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative messages to target persons based solely upon their marginalized group membership. This guy's crazy. On the surface, microaggressions seem innocent enough. The reality is otherwise, according to Marian R. Vasser, Assistant Vice President of Inclusive Excellence and Belonging at the University of Louisville, who says microaggressions cause harm by reinforcing negative stereotypes and biases. Over time, all these little wounds wear a person down, both in body and in soul. But what these people didn't count on was having the negative stereotypes reinforced by peddling this nonsense. I mean, yes, they accounted for that because they're trying to drive division, but, you know. Marian R. Vasser, an inclusivity official at the University of Louisville, led a workshop on microaggressions at the AVMA Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Wellbeing Summit, held November 7th through 9th in Atlanta. Microaggressions can and do cause harm, whether intended or unintended. She says we can all play a role in identifying, mitigating, and potentially reducing them over time. Hey, that's what the DEI After 5 people said. And also, now that I know that this is the American Veterinary Medical Association, why does the American Veterinary Association have a Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Wellbeing Summit? Can someone answer that question for me? Because fuck you! Pets are racist, true. Dogs be barking at black people, they're racist. Keep the white women away from the dogs. She likened microaggressions to being bitten by a mosquito. One mosquito bite is annoying. It itches. No big deal, right? Vasser said. But what if you were in a room with 1,000 mosquitoes that were perpetually biting you? That's exactly what microaggressions feel like. Man, it's no wonder that the, people talking about how getting rid of work from home stuff for the return to office is actually more harmful to women and minorities because they have to then go back to the office with all these intolerable white people. But if they just stay home, they can avoid the microaggression. If I was going to work and I thought I was in a room with 1,000 mosquitoes, I guess I'd want to stay home too. I guess if I was having schizophrenic delusions and I saw all white people as mosquitoes, I guess I would want to stay home too. These people are the 1,000 mosquitoes, true and real. The Mayo mosquitoes. Oh my god. The Doug friend name makes so much sense now. He had like a mosquito nose. Microaggressions must be understood within the context of intersectionality. That is, a recognition that an individual can experience marginalization for multiple aspects of their identity, such as race or gender, compounding the person's trauma. As a woman, yes, I experience microaggressions, Vasser said, but I'm also a black woman, and that adds another layer of oppression. Yeah, identity politics are like onions. The more layers you have, the more oppressed you are, the more money you deserve. That's just how that works. The intersectional bullshit again. When people say, we're not going to talk about race today, we're only going to talk about disability. Well, cool, but do you know that people living with disabilities who are also people of color experience even more inequities? We can't just talk about this as a singular issue. Intersectionality must be a part of it. So what they're saying is that in their use of the word equity, right, regardless of actual skill set, the black man is equally as skilled at all times as the white man applying for the same job, and thus his race should be taken into consideration. However, with the wheelchair thing, that just seems like a little bit different, right? You're just like, you must take it into consideration because we're even more oppressed now. Like, it's the only thing. Can't drive, it should matter more. When people say we're not going to talk about race today, I think I already read that. Bleep 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 bleep. Did I? Yeah, I did. She just says the same shit over and over again. Another layer of oppression, and then the intersectionality. What the hell? Getting lost in the corpo speak. Vasser stressed not every rude or insensitive act is necessarily a microaggression. So how to distinguish between the two? She says it comes down to who has power and privilege. And this is also an interesting thing, right? Because even she says not everything is necessarily a microaggression, but when you train these people to look for microaggressions and to use their race card or their gender card or their sex card or whatever as a way to censor and shut people up so that they don't have to actually form opinions or understand the words that they're saying, they learn to just have a tool to shut people down. They become tools of oppression to the elite class. Saying you only care about a person's character may sound noble, but Vasser says such statements actually reinforce marginalization. What? If I train myself not to notice the diversity that you bring to the table, I'm also training myself not to be aware of barriers, and I can't be a part of the solution. But when I see diversity, I hear those microaggressions, I notice inequitable policies, and I can be a part of the solution. So this is like the anti-racist framework that they tried pushing. And like, we've talked about the Cartoon Network commercials that they were peddling to children about this nonsense as well. People like Julie Kratz with her Little Allies book, where it's not enough to not be racist. It's not enough to not take into account a person's immutable characteristics. You must not be not racist. You must be anti-racist. And to be anti-racist is to take into account how race affects all of these situations. Anti-racist is doublespeak for being racist in the correct way. You are racist towards the right people, therefore you are doing a good thing. Microaggressions stem from our implicit biases, Vasser said, which we may not even be aware of. She encouraged attendees to take Implicit Bias Association Test, an online test developed by Harvard University, to identify users' attributes and beliefs on a range of subjects, including race, gender, and age. I think we took this on stream before. Like, this feels very familiar. I wish to proceed. Yeah. We took several of these. We took several of these on stream before. I remember doing these. I don't know if there's a clip of it or not, but I absolutely remember doing this. The IAT? You mean the test that creators admitted was bullshit? I mean, of course it's bullshit. All of the statistics they use tend to be bullshit. That's how commies operate. Weapon? I don't remember exactly what the test was. I apologize. I just remember taking it on stream before. Kira's 98% total racism. Don't worry, I'll get 100 next time. Don't beat me, Dad. Have honest conversations about these beliefs. Learn to accept feedback as a gift and commit to addressing biases when they manifest, she said. Learn to accept feedback as a gift. What a fucking narcissistic thing to say. Holy shit. Vasser also encouraged attendees to educate themselves about how privilege and power work. We're not striving for perfection, she said. We're not trying to get a trophy. We're committing to a journey. So mess up, learn from it, and get up the next day committed to doing better. Journey for Teams is a voluntary program that provides a shared path for everyone in the profession to deepen knowledge of diversity, equity, and inclusion, D.E.I, and advance it in their workplaces. Developed by the AVMA in partnership with the Veterinary Medical Association executives, Journey for Teams has 15-minute education modules on 16 topics, including microaggressions along with practical steps to create change. AVMA has also published the paper, Microaggressions in Veterinary Communication. What are they? How are they harmful? What can veterinary professionals and educators do? By Naomi Nishi, PhD, Associate Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Colorado State University, College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. What a long-ass title. Abstract. Introduction. What are microaggressions? I'm so leaned back I can't read this. Let's see here. It is well established that partnership, trust, and the quality of the relationships between veterinary teams and clients are critical to embracing the well-being of animals. When that trust is broken or not established, there can be implications for animal care, particularly because clients are less likely to accept the advice and/or implement the care protocol recommended by their veterinary practitioners. This trust can be broken when clients experience members of the veterinary team as biased in accordance with negative stereotypes that connect identities like race, class, and/or gender to behaviors or attributes like ability to pay, care, relationship with their animal, and/or ability to care for their animal. When veterinary practitioners make assumptions about clients and their animals based on these stereotypes, clients may not feel heard, may perceive that they are being offered fewer options for care, and that they are receiving a diminished quality of diagnoses and recommendations for their animals. Such biases may be unintended, but this differential treatment inhibits veterinary care and does continued harm to those who are already marginalized by long-standing systems of racism, classism, sexism, and beyond. Bro, what the fuck? Why? I feel like if you are a veterinarian and you are giving different care to an animal because, like, the pet owner is black and not white, you might be a bit of a freak, right? Like, I don't think this was happening. Like, the only thing I can realistically think of is when like black people come in with pit bulls specifically, right? They're that's a stereotype that maybe some people would have, right? Sorry, sir, we only treat white-haired animals here. Sorry, we don't treat spotted animals here. No miscegenation of colored animals. It sounds more like a don't shame them for abusing their pets. Oh, man. That would be terrible if that was doublespeak for, you can tell these people are abusing their animals, but you can't call them out on it. That's not even like a racial issue. If that were the reason your dog was denied treatment, you would legit set the clinic on fire, right? That's crazy, man. What are microaggressions? Blah, blah, blah. Only someone who identifies as a person of color can experience a racial microaggression. Yeah, fuck you, white guys. Only those who identify as women, gender fluid, or trans can experience a sexist microaggression. Yeah, fuck you, men. And those with multiple marginalized identities can experience microaggressions within multiple systems in which they are marginalized at the intersection of those identities. Man, the people on Tumblr with head systems were ahead of their time. A note that microaggressions are often unintentional, blah, blah, blah. Where do microaggressions come from? They come from conscious and unconscious bias, blah, blah, blah. White people are commonly socialized to overlook or deny that whiteness or even race exists. Well, when white people have been told if you notice whiteness exists or race exists, you're a fucking racist bigot, I mean... It makes sense that publicly they'd be like, yeah, no, that doesn't exist. You're right. I don't believe in race. What is the current context around diversity and microaggressions in the US, and why is considering the context important to the practice of veterinary medicine? Veterinary medicine in the US today is practiced within a society grappling with numerous cultural conflicts. Competing views abound on cultural diversity and politics involving race, ethnicity, sex, and gender, age, socioeconomic class, citizenship, and religion, to name a few. Media has offered numerous recent examples of police brutality targeting black and brown people, state police targeting gender non-conforming individuals, wait, what? As well as states denying the holistic teaching of American history. How about we just teach, like, what happened, right? How about we not have anti-racist agendas? These events and views impact individual and community experiences. Practitioners and clients carry these cultural experiences and views with them as they administer and seek care for their animals. No, I don't think they should, actually. What? Recently, the field of veterinary medicine has highlighted the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion and suggested a critical understanding of microaggressions to improve the profession. This has been illustrated in the AVMA Journey for Teams, the Association of American Veterinary Medical Colleges, Iverson Bell Conference Sessions, and the AAVMC Diversity Matters podcast. Why does the Association of American Veterinary Medical Colleges have a Diversity Matters podcast? What the fuck am I reading, dude? These people are insane. Additionally, articles in veterinary medicine have echoed these sentiments. What? These resources point to a need to address veterinary communication practices in relation to gendered, racialized, and classed microaggressions and biased treatment. This is an equity and harm reduction imperative for communities where veterinarians train, serve, and act for the benefit of the animals in need of care. Bro, if we had those, like, nurses during COVID who were like, I'm not gonna treat white people. I was like, was it during COVID or was that outside of COVID where, like, the lady was purposefully, like, hitting the guy with the needle multiple times because he was white? I remember reading that article, but I now cannot remember if it was actually during COVID or if it was before. But, like, if those kind of mindset people are working here and they're just like, I hate this white boy, so I'm gonna kill his dog. Like, that's all this is making me think, dude. Creating socially conscious educational and work environments, as well as removing barriers to equity and inclusion, are imperative for veterinary practitioners. Veterinarians take an oath to promote public health, and we work in an increasingly diverse world. Veterinarians, team members, and students must be equipped with the knowledge and skills to meet the needs of all clients and create welcoming environments for all coworkers. Man. Why do veterinary practitioners need to learn about the perspectives and experiences of people with marginalized identities? Why should microaggressions be addressed in veterinary schools, and how are such efforts related to diversity programming? What can be done? What are recommendations for training, workshops, and DVM curriculum to prevent and manage microaggressions? I was hoping that they would give, like, examples, right, of, like, you are working with a veterinarian partner and they commit a microaggression while you're working on an animal. What do you do, right? Like, I was hoping they would give examples, because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Can't even get an engineering degree without taking mandatory DEI courses. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, I was talking the other week about how my massage therapist, I can't remember what she's in college for, but she's taking college classes, and she has had 3 different courses on gender ideology and intersectionality. And her teacher, most recently, in her most recent, like, gender ideology course, her teacher told her that she must write an essay about, like, the positive effects and benefits of child gender transition surgeries. And she was just like, I do not feel comfortable writing this, so I went to my dean. Can I fix your fish? You don't care about other people? Can the vet on deck fix my fish? Yeah, exactly, right? The Wood Guy, thank you for the 10. Now that you're with Mythic, do I think I'll get crazy collabs in 2025? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. I'm the Tomboy Review when? What does he mean by this? The fucking cultist, excuse me. Did you mid-ID your instructor? What? These people are rabid and full of hate. They really are. It's a wonder they can operate in society. It's a wonder they don't just go crazy. Let's see, what else was in the SmartBrief here? Hold on a second. Ziz noticed something when he was getting ready to publish the clip today. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize this while I was watching it. Holy fuck. So, yesterday, this is a still image. Yesterday when we went over B.R.I.G.E's website, we looked at their upcoming retreat in California in 2024. They have like a little retreat thing where a whole bunch of companies come to the thing and they learn about DEI and how it's evolving. They have a whole bunch of speakers lined up here, and I was going through their speakers and like reading off their names and their titles. This guy here, Ziad Ahmed, head of Next Gen United Talent Agency. I didn't remember his face, and I certainly didn't remember his fucking name. But Ziz brought up my video. He brought up my video where I reacted to 8 NPCs versus 1 normal dude.
Aligning ourselves with the Black community who've been fighting for racial justice and liberation, right? And acknowledging our own privilege and putting our bodies on the line to fight for these movements. Instead, we banked on white adjacency, and here we are, still being pushed.
Okay, first of all, what exactly is white adjacency? Is it working hard, having families?
I don't
understand what the issue is. But then number 2, wait, let me finish my point. I think it is gaslighting when, again, the majority of violent attacks against Asians are not being perpetrated by white people to blame white supremacy.
White supremacy as a construct is this idea like that the norm of American is whiteness.
Yes.
That whiteness is the default.
Standard.
That whiteness is the standard that we all ought to aspire to, and we deviate from that.
It's not just talking about KKK.
Yeah.
It's not talking about lynchings. It's about a mentality that we have absorbed.
I'm gonna interrupt for a second.
Instead of aligning ourselves with the Black community.
What? Normal dude. If you guys remember this instance, something I reacted to. Does he have like the date of the VoD here? No, he doesn't. This was uploaded in May 2024, but this was probably from 2023 at some point. And this guy in the background here, Ziad Ahmed of the 8 NPCs versus 1 normal dude. Ziad Ahmed, being one of the NPCs, is now a speaker who has been invited to the B.R.I.G.E 2024 retreat. Ziz has a cracked memory. He has the power of autism that I wish I had. I love Ziz's autism. Finish the story. It's not an accident. Like that. That's fucking crazy, man. That's insane, Ziz. What the fuck is going on with your memory? This is why he's my archiver, chat. If you have an archiver, they gotta have a good memory. Your cork board is getting larger, Kirsche. I don't think we have enough cork for this board, Harry. That's still just absolutely crazy to me. That this fucking idiot from this little short is now speaking at B.R.I.G.E. Oh, like a small-ass world, man. Motherfucking sage over here. He got into Stanford with an essay that just said Black Lives Matter over and over again. Yeah, that was him. His whole essay was just writing Black Lives Matter like 1 trillion times. Vice, it all makes sense now. It's such an incestuous industry, man. That's insane. That is insane. It's about who you know, not what you can do. They're all connected. Imagine being so dumb you hire guys from check out this dipshit videos. I feel like Vice just didn't disclose that these people came from a talent agency. It's very possible. It's very possible that he was like part of the talent agency and then became the head of it later on. Maybe he already was the head of it when he was in the Vice video. Who knows? Who knows, man? I had no idea who he was when I watched this. But also, if he is some sort of like either industry insider or someone who was hired later on because he has the correct beliefs, that makes me wonder who these other NPCs are. Are all of these organics or all of these plants? Which one are they? Talk about bias. Clueless, man. College is pointless. Yeah, college is basically a propaganda machine now. But I felt like I had to bring this up because the fact that Ziz fucking noticed this That blew my fucking... I was like, holy shit, what, dude? Leftist influencers are never organic. Yeah, just like the van life influencers. Who's the normie in there? The one dressed appropriately for the occasion. Yeah, the one in the suit. Yeah, well done, Ziz. Yeah, well done, Ziz. Noticing is unbeat. Kirsche's brain running on a warp drive. God, Fox Lady, your intel is off the charts. Look, it's not just me. I hire the right people for the jobs, okay? What if the normie is also a plant? Oh, God. Oh, God, it's all controlled. The tinfoil's getting bigger and shinier. Okay, so back to the Hispanic ad thing. National Healthcare Marketing's Purpose-Led Campaign of the Year / Gold Award goes to Dexposito and Partners. Who the fuck are they? What the fuck is the Purpose-Led Campaign of the Year award? In a win reflecting strong reception and successful results among the broader audience in today's America, and competing with specialized global, national, and regional ad agencies, Dexposito and Partners walked away with a coveted and unexpected English language honor, the Purpose-Led Campaign of the Year / Gold Award. At this year's Healthcare Marketing / Impact Awards, co-sponsored by Ad Age. A lot of these articles we get from B.R.I.G.E are posted on Ad Age, and I think we also read specific white pages for companies on Ad Age as well. What the fuck is Healthcare Marketing Awards, dude? What the hell? It's the best Bostonian. Hello from Texas. Hello, Texas cowboy. According to Ad Age, these awards honor the most impactful creative advertising and marketing campaigns in healthcare. Why should healthcare have marketing campaigns? That seems like if you have marketing campaigns for healthcare, maybe it's not real healthcare. That seems a little bit for profit. That seems a little bit maybe pushing things that people might not need. That seems like, The campaign from Dexposito and Partners, titled The Power of Being Able, promotes a product from Tufts Health's plan and its parent company, Point32 Health. Tufts Health One Care, a dual-eligible special needs plan for individuals ages 21 to 64 that qualify for both Medicaid and Medicare, are living with a physical, mental, or behavioral disability. The campaign features a diverse and inclusive cast with creative executions in both English and Spanish, with the appropriate cultural relevance embedded as appropriate. With the appropriate cultural relevance embedded as appropriate. What do they mean by this? You believe the USA is one of only 2 countries that allows pharma adverts. What the hell? Why is their group named Despacito? I don't know! Can I watch the commercial? Tufts Health One Care, fuck off, is a health plan that contracts both Medicare and Medicaid Mass Health to provide benefits to both programs to enrollees.
Time we see a disabled person, what do? We focus on what they are not able to do.
Hold on, chat.
What do? We focus on what they are not.
Who in this image is disabled? It's like you can't even tell. So I feel like it's really weird for him to just be like, we focus on what they are not able to do, but then he shows a like short couple second clip of where you can't even tell where someone is disabled. I think the dude on the grill is missing an arm. No, he's holding the clippy thingies. The tongs. He's holding the tongs with his other hand, and he's like a midget. Can I say that? Is that still okay? He's a little people. So his limbs are a little shorter, but it's like he's grilling. He's literally doing it. So the imagery you're showing me is not matching your words.
Able to do. But they are able to do a lot of things. And that's the spirit of this campaign, to reverse the angle.
Yeah, see, I was right.
Every day there is definitely some adversity and independence that I both have learned from and gained. So it's very important to showcase that message. This is fun.
a lot of diligence, a lot of conversations about.
But what does this have to do with healthcare?
Authenticity to our members and making sure that they know that they are being seen and heard by the plan.
By the what?
That's good. Perfect.
Yeah, this is like the most diverse production I've ever been on. You know, in terms of racial diversity.
Hold on, let me get my fucking ass out of the way. Fucking, this is the fucking director. This is the most diverse piece of work I've ever been on, says the white director. That fucking white savior complex holds true every fucking time.
And abilities diversity, it's extraordinary.
I was in this place where I felt like...
Is that person's disability like blindness? Because their glasses are ugly as fuck. What the hell were even those?
I wasn't inspired by anything. This set gave me a hope that I had lost a while back.
In each case, they're real people with real disabilities.
It's very different shooting talent or models versus real people because...
Yeah, let's get a whole bunch of disabled people together for a video so they can be diverse, but then let's also call them not real people. God, I love how just like unaware of how racist and otherwise just like hating on other people these people are.
They're not acting. I mean, this is real for them.
This is my first time being part of a film crew. I have been doing casting about 25 years.
Chat, this woman has TTS voice. This woman, her voice is literally TTS.
Of a film crew. I have been doing casting about 25 years. I've been on sets before, but only as an actor.
You know, I think the most inspiring is the challenge we face, which is those individuals.
That's even funnier that that person went on to say, yeah, I'm an actor. And that lady just a few seconds ago was like, yeah, these aren't real people.
That have disabilities that are not visible.
What the heck is even
in my
that?
case, I've been blind. I cannot get in the bed in the morning sometimes.
She looks like the Little Mermaid. I like the color of her eyes and her hair.
Fuck off! Fuck off! We'll pop up!
And I'm in pain, extreme pain. And I have to put out my best face to the world because people won't be understanding of my condition.
Yep.
We want to show people that we can.
This lady looks really fucking familiar. I think they showed her name earlier, and I'll have to go find it because she looks really fucking familiar. Like I've seen her somewhere before in our DEI journeys.
That we can do it, and nothing stops us from doing it.
I really like the story behind this of what we're doing, showing people that disabled people really do belong.
Can I just fucking hold on? They don't even give this guy like an action. They're just like, yeah, this is a part of the cast. He's not a real person.
And we all have a purpose in this world.
It's good to be heard. It's good that Tufts Health Plan actually...
Like this lady got like member Tufts Health Plan, so she's a real person. Why is she not a cast member?
Is bringing out like what we really go through on a day-to-day basis that nobody sees. Tufts Health Plan, in 5 words, gave me my independence and life back.
This is the longest fucking commercial I've ever seen.
My life.
My future looks bright.
Like if I didn't read, right? This is the power of being able behind the scenes. So it's not like the full commercial, it's just like excerpts, but it's like if I wasn't reading what this was about, I'd have no idea like what they were trying to do.
My future looks amazing. As long as I have Tufts Health Plan, well, I'll be fine.
It's a wrap!
How hard do you think that director furiously masturbated about how much of a good person he is after they finished the set here? It's a documentary at this point. Rip the skin, probably. Our daddy taught us how to not rip the skin. What the fuck? Can I see the commercial? Oh my god. The power of being able with subtitles. Oh no. It's a 1-minute commercial. The following are opinions of real people with disabilities, including Tufts Health Plan members. Their real-life portrayal and telling of their stories was compensated by Tufts Health Plan. But then you identify them as actors. So like even if they're people with disabilities, you've already said yourself that they're not real people. So exactly how much might be embellished here, man?
Growing up, especially with a disability, it was kind of challenging.
I'm deaf.
Asperger's. I got scared.
I don't remember what I was gonna say because I got caught off guard by the guy just going Asperger's. It reminded me of the way that I just scream fucking words nonsensically. My man. Oh god, what was I even gonna say? I can't remember. Oh my god.
It was kind of challenging.
I'm deaf.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, we're gonna hear that again. Chat, is it bad if I think that deaf accent sounds kind of cute? Is it bad if I think it's cute? Does that make me a bad person? When I played Terra, I had a deaf friend that I played with, and one year for my birthday, he sang happy birthday in voice chat, and it was the cutest thing ever. You can literally just have opinions. Am I allowed opinions in current year? Is the UK gonna invade again and arrest me? The Redcoats are coming version 2? So wait, these actors are pretending to be disabled? If so, that's fucking funny. No. I don't think any of these people are pretending to be disabled, right? But if they're hired as actors, and that person earlier was like, yeah, actors aren't real people. That's like, it implies to me that there might be some degree of embellishment, right? Even if they are actually disabled. They are real people that are really disabled. And now we got a Comedy Central commercial.
Especially with a disability, it was kind of challenging.
I'm deaf.
Asperger's. I got scoliosis.
Yeah, I'm disabled, but I'm just that normal guy.
I don't let my disability define me.
We're all different, like, people are different, and that's what makes us human.
Duchenne's is a struggle at times.
You're trapped, and it's hard.
First thing is, you are not a burden. You are living your best life. 100%.
Hell yeah.
With whatever disability you have, be great at it.
I don't even use the word disability. I see ability in the word disability.
What? So do we, and we're here to support our members on their journey to better health. Chat energy on that guy? Yeah, I like mini Jackie Chan.
This health plan has definitely given me my independence.
My future looks bright. My future looks amazing. As long as I have Tufts Health Plan, I'll be fine.
What a weird commercial! You just know. When your dog and you have a special language, funny dog and human. I don't know, the way you're looking at that dog, white woman. It must be so hard for that girl to get out of the house. What? Kirsche, that was mean. How was that mean? Wish you luck, you're gonna fish Cthulhu. I don't know what that means, but good luck. Good luck. Well, this is the one that won money. I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, this was the commercial that won this award. That 1-minute commercial we just watched is what won the what is it? Purpose-led campaign of the year gold award. Okay. Where did I leave off reading? Because we watched 2 fucking videos. Oh, mama. I think it was here. Yeah. To us at Dex, this win is quite notable for a few reasons, says Louis Maldonado, partner and managing director at Dexposito and Partners. First, it is an award partly from a renowned industry institution, Ad.Age, where they seek to recognize winners that leverage ingenuity and creativity that advances campaigns. Second, it recognizes work where we are the lead agency because the insights and brand strategies are led by multicultural, since the majority of THOC members are from communities of color. I can't parse this sentence, chat. Why is multicultural capitalized? Oh, what is a THOC member? What do they mean by recognizes work where we are the lead agency because the insights and brand strategies are led by? What does any of this mean? What the fuck are they talking about? Third and most profound, this is purpose-driven work because the additional benefits received beyond what Medicaid and Medicare offer. Separately, give access to resource and support so members are able to live more fully and independently, which is an empowering message to audiences that are often overprotected and perhaps made to feel limited by those around them. The Power of Being Able campaign focuses on seeing the ability and disability, just like that one guy in the commercial said. Empowering the community by demonstrating the many things people with disabilities can do when they have access to health services and support they need, including producing an ad campaign. But they didn't produce the ad campaign, they just acted in it. What do they mean by this? The client and agency teams were intentional about creating authentic, relevant, and realistic storytelling by achieving a diverse and inclusive cast of real people living with real disabilities. They said the thing! Rather than hiring actors to play. But they did hire actors! What do you mean? They were real people with real disabilities, but they were also real actors. Which, according to that other lady, makes them not real people. I'm so confused. They literally say actors. They ensured representation of this community behind the camera as well, with a high number among the crew representing people with disabilities. I didn't see any of the crew members having disabilities. Maybe they weren't paid, so they're not actors. I guess it's a differentiation between like a whore and a prostitute. They, blah, blah, blah. The team also sought counsel from subject matter experts in people living with disabilities and committed to ensure added resonance with the intended audience. We love campaigns for brands with heart and purpose, said Dex agency leader Daisy Exposito, Ula? I don't know how to pronounce that. And Point 32 Health allowed us to create from the most humane premise, while at the same time carry on a confident, uplifting, and life-affirming conversation with uniquely inspiring members of a productive segment of the increasingly diverse segment of the new American mainstream. The new American mainstream? I feel like if people with disabilities ever became the mainstream, there would be a problem, right? Because, like, by its nature, a disability is something that allows you, or like prevents you from moving through life in a way that a person without that disability would, right? So if the majority of people ever became disabled, there would be a pretty big humanitarian crisis, I feel. Your son has autism and scoliosis. He gets straight A's, is almost an Eagle Scout, and just got accepted into the National Honor Society. Never treated him like he had a disability, so he just doesn't act like he has them. I mean, I'm sure he has, like, you know, quirks that come with having those things, but he's learned to work regardless of what those are. Like, he doesn't see them as setbacks, I guess is the way I would phrase it. Downs will take over. They're the next evolution of humans. The new American mainstream equals modern audience? I mean, maybe. Maybe that's what they mean by it, instead of using modern audience. I mean, I feel like leftism is a disability, true and real. Blah, 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 blah. Where was I? Makes sense. We think and believe that they are exemplary in the way that they find ability in their disability, added Exposito Ula. Teddy Roosevelt was born with weak lungs and disabled health, but his father refused to coddle him, and it made him the man he was. The lead creative team behind the award-winning campaign is formed by Paco Olavarita, CCO at Dex, and Yuri Vargas, creative director and art design, and Flavio Alvarez, associate creative director. The award-winning multimedia company includes a 30-second general awareness commercial for brand building purposes, supported by a 60-second and 30-second DRTV commercials to drive consideration and acquisition. What? Digital elements include 15-second OLVs, online mobile display, and outdoor for more precise and customized targeting in diverse communities to drive response and conversion. And then he rounded up all the Japanese into concentration camps. Oh, they have the other commercials here too! Oh my god. This is a THOC commercial.
Tufts Health One Care is the only one care plan with the power of City Block for care management at home. If you're 21 to 64 and have Medicare and Medicaid, One Care combines both in one card with extra benefits. Together, we're beside you.
Wait, didn't they say that the point of these commercials was to showcase that the disabled people could do things by themselves and they didn't need to be coddled by those around them? And yet, while she was going uphill by herself, people just came to help her out of nowhere?
On the road to better health. Call or visit our website today for Tufts Health One Care.
This isn't realistic!
The power of being able.
Fucking Brady Bunch looking ass. What the fuck? Stop noticing. This is the 60-second One Care DRTV.
Imagine a zero-cost plan that combines Medicare and Medicaid in one card with extra benefits. That's Tufts Health One Care. Call 1-844-277-9181 now and learn all about zero-cost benefits that can help you take
Nice
control
audio
of your
balancing,
health,
idiots.
like zero-cost premiums, co-pays, and prescriptions. Not sure if you qualify? Call us. Want to make sure your doctor is in the network? Call us. Prefer help in Spanish? Llámanos. Plus, learn about our exceptional care management services, including urgent care at home from CityWalk. If you're 21 to 64 and qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, call us now and discover Tufts Health One Care benefits like zero-cost.
What is this guy's disability? Does he have like gout from being overweight? Elephantitis? I mean, I guess it could be. It doesn't look like elephantitis though. It just looks like he obese, which isn't a disability. But I mean, like it does impact the way that you live, but it's not a disability like autism or having your legs actually cut off. Obesity is probably it. His legs look like they're compacting on themselves. Yeah, I saw he was wearing a compression sleeve. I was like, maybe gout? I don't know, man. The sugar foot.
Hospital stays, x-rays, lab tests, and more. Call us now or visit our website to learn more about Tufts Health One Care, proud sponsor of Special Olympics Massachusetts.
Fuck, it would be Massachusetts. I think Tufts was Massachusetts health thingy, so. Government recognizes morbid obesity as a disability. I mean, like, it does disable you, but I feel like something self-inflicted like that is a bit different from every other disability that exists. Why is Mass such a shithole? Because it was too white, so people started making up issues. If you take it to excess, it still counts. Munya. Of course it's Mass. Of course it's math. He wasn't looking very happy being in the commercial. Maybe he just has resting bitch face. I know how that feels. Hispanic media sales. What a weird article. What a weird ass article. And let me see if there's anything else here. Oh, there's an article about Trump.
A vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl.
Good spank you, chat. Arismador, thank you for the 690. Looks like they included the disabled in sound design. Whoever audio mixed that, fucking, what the hell? So this article in the SmartBrief in my email, it says, Trump's cabinet features historic firsts, less diversity. President-elect Donald Trump has nominated a cabinet that is less diverse than President Joe Biden's, but it includes historic appointments such as Florida Senator Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, Scott Bessent for Treasury Department, and Susie Wiles as White House Chief of Staff. The cabinet, if confirmed, will be 1/3 female and includes nominees with a wide range of ideologies. They're just like, yeah, he's making some historic picks for his cabinet here, but it's just not diverse enough. It's never enough, is it? It's really not. What diversity does and doesn't look like in Trump's cabinet. President-elect Donald Trump's incoming administration is set to be less diverse than President Joe Biden's, but several people of color and women appear likely to serve in top circles. I don't know what to tell anyone in current year, right, who can read a sentence like this and not understand that diverse quite literally means just getting rid of white people, and specifically white men in a lot of cases. While Trump vigorously campaigned against diversity and inclusion efforts in business and government, his cabinet selections and other high-profile staffing choices include some barrier-breaking nominations. The cabinet, if confirmed, is set to be 1/3 women and includes some historic firsts. This is again where you can see them using the doublespeak. Trump is against diversity and inclusion efforts because what you guys say when you're talking about diversity and inclusion is different from the natural diversity that happens when you hire people who are equipped to do the job that you want them in. Diversity should be something that just happens if it is meant to happen, right? It should not be something that is shoehorned and forced. White men are a global minority, though. You're not allowed to notice these things. Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Trump's pick to lead the State Department, would be the first Latino Secretary of State. Scott Bessent, an American hedge fund manager and Trump's pick to lead the Treasury Department, would be the first openly gay man in that post. Susie Wiles, Trump's choice for White House Chief of Staff, will also be the first woman to serve in that position. I like how they only praise these picks for their identity. They don't talk about, like, what these people would do in these positions. They don't talk about what these people believe, because none of that matters. Their immutable characteristics are all that matters. Scott Turner, a former NFL player who led the White House Opportunity and Revitalization Council in the first Trump term, will serve as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Turner, who is black, will be the fourth confirmed HUD Secretary of Color since 2014. Well, that's not very historic then, is it, if it's the fourth one, right? Neurosurgeon Ben Carson, who is also black, served in that post under Trump. Didn't Ben Carson get like a crazy amount of hate as well? Trump's first administration also included some historic firsts, including veteran spy Gina Haspel serving as the first female director of the CIA. But overall, it still lagged behind his predecessors on diversity. It don't matter that you're hiring these people that you perceive to be good at what they do. You still have too many white people, Mr. Trump. They hate Ben Carson? Yeah, right? Why is everything about color? Because these people hate you? The incoming administration is set to have some people of color in other high-profile roles. Vivek Ramaswamy, a former biotech executive and 2024 GOP presidential candidate, will co-lead an outside advisory committee on government efficiency with billionaire Elon Musk. Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democratic congresswoman, is Trump's pick to serve as Director of National Intelligence, the chief coordinator of the nation's intelligence departments. Gabbard is of Samoan descent and Ramaswamy is Indian American. None of that should fucking matter! This article is infuriating. Mehmet Oz, a former TV doctor who unsuccessfully ran for Senate in Pennsylvania, has been tapped by Trump to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And Jeanette Neshwayat, a physician and Fox News personality, is Trump's pick to serve as Surgeon General. Neshwayat is the daughter of Christian Jordanian immigrants, and Oz is Turkish American and would be the first Muslim to serve in the role. Elon is African American. Why is that not mentioned? Because he passes the white test, you know? He's white, so he doesn't matter. Trump's cabinet also includes a wide breadth of ideological diversity, with some nominees holding views broadly considered eccentric in Washington. Others have clashing opinions on priorities for the incoming administration, like trade and foreign policy. Scott Besant kind of looks like a dollar store Jeb Bush. Like he's gonna put some other glass marine critter in his pockets. Watched a video of a Romanian VTuber reacting to American politics. The Balkans were shocked at how racist it all was. I should reality check some people. Jesus. These are a lot of old people here. Man, Susie Wiles looks like fucking Ursula without her makeup on. You stay for the pterodactyl hiccups. Oh no. Jeb disguised. He's still trying to make it. Still trying to make it. Why? This whole article was very pointless. It was just look at the race and gender of all of these pics, but it's not diverse enough.